Another interesting way to add variety to your chord progression is chord substitution. What does that exactly mean? Basically, the whole concept is about exchanging one chord, for example C major, with a chord which has a similar notes to it. For example, if we go right from C major, we can meet the G and E here. And this chord is actually E minor. And in a chord progression, we could substitute this chord with this chord. They can sound almost the same, but it will add crucial variety to chord progressions. And actually there's a code for that. So let's take a look at it. Here I've prepared all the chords that we had in the previous scene, but in different order. You can say it just by looking at the Roman numerals. It's 1, 3, 6, 4, 2, 5. Because that's a little guide showing you which chords in a C major scale have the nearest possible notes. For example, as we had a minute ago, C major and E minor chord, but in second inversion have just one semitone to each other because two notes stay the same. Also with C major and A minor, also they differ only with G and A. So there's a whole tone between them because E and C stay the same. And this is going on and on till we get a full circle. And keep in mind that it's not any type of code that you should follow when making a substitution chords. For example, if in your chord progression C major is better substituted with A minor than with E minor, just go with it. Even by looking at the circle of fifths, we had here C major key and relative minor key, which was A minor natural, and the next scale in the circle was E minor. And you can actually see that this C major, A minor and E minor is the same as we had here, C major, A minor and E minor. Both of them differ only with one note from C major. And we actually could go on and on. As you know by now, scales are relative concepts. So if we were in the G scale, the nearest possible chords to a G major would be E minor and B minor. And we could go like this triangle through all the circle. And even if this sounds super overwhelming, this is really fun to discover and play with the whole harmony concepts. So in the beginning, you can keep in mind that 3 and 6 chords in Roman numerals make a really good substitution to first chord. That will for sure improve your chord progressions and make them more interesting. So to show you exactly what it means, let's build a chord progression from scratch. We'll do it in C major scale, starting from 1, then 6, 2, and 5, which is G. Now let's build simple chords from it. We can copy this octave up, and now make 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'd like to make, of course, 2 sequences of 4 bars. So let's duplicate it here. And now in order not to repeat the same chord here, we could substitute the first chord, for example, here. So this is a C major chord, as we had here. So we can substitute it with third chord, which is E minor. So let's do it. What we need to do is actually take the C note to B. Now we got the E minor chord, but in second inversion, because we have E in the middle. And the last thing in the substitution process is to take the bass note up to E to make it the E minor chord. Let's hear it now. Alright, so this is getting kind of more interesting, and what we could do actually is add a 7th to every chord. So let's do it right now. I'm counting the 3 from the 5th. Okay, so now we can copy it. And now the 7th in the E chord is actually D. So we need to go up here instead of B. Let's hear it now. Now we should make notes closer to each other. So I'll take the A note up an octave or take the B note down. So I'd like to take the B note down. Those two we can take also down. And as you can see, we have really cool progression because the closer the pitches are, it will sound more even and as one. Right? We can maybe take this G up here. So we have cool progression here, G, F, G. And this is going too high, so let's take it down. Those two as well. Now we could actually add 9th or 2nd to every chord, as we did in the added tone chord section. So for example, it will look like this. 2nd here. Then we had an A minor, so we take the B here. Really mellow already. D here to E. And now G and A. So let's take this A here. So this example was more happy than sad because we have this chord exchanged with this chord. And both of them sounds kind of more happy than sad, right? Because we've exchanged the first chord with the third chord. The first chord with the third chord. We've exchanged C major with E minor. So we could actually also exchange it with A minor, right? So what would happen when I exchange the first chord with the 6th note instead of the 3rd note as we did in the previous example? So let's make a simple progression like 1, 5, 1, 4. Now let's build a chord. We want to exchange this chord with A minor instead of C major because A minor has 2 notes, which is C and E, the same as the C major. So we need to get rid of this G and take it to A. Now we have an A minor chord with 2 notes from a C major. So this is a substitution chord. And you for sure remember that from one of the first examples that we've showed you in the course. So if you want to make your progression more happy, then go with the 3rd substitution. And if you want to make it more kind of sad and melancholic, go with the 6th substitution.